Well, hello, lovely students. We are on Phase Changes Lesson 3.5, Investigating Office Mysteries. So we're going to keep on moving on. And in this lesson, we are going to be completing parts 1 through 4. And yes, the 4 is a homework activity, but we are doing that as part of our lesson today. So let's go ahead and jump into the warm-up. Now, if you notice, when you come into your warm-up, you are either in the green group, the blue group, or the purple group. So you're going to need to choose your lesson based on those colors. You will also need to group yourself with a person that has the same color so that you can work on the activity together. So make sure that you get a person with the green, blue, or the purple group so that you guys can work on these together and discuss. So with your warm up, it will just tell you what color group you are in. And I'm going to bring Amplify over so that you can see it. Okay, so you are going to read the scenario and then you're going to answer the question using the evidence from the article you've read. So you'll have read a little bit of information. Write down your initial ideas about why a mystery occurred and be ready to share your ideas with your partner. Now, just so you know, this part of the lesson should actually take you just a couple of minutes. Take about 2 minutes. Maybe 3 minutes, read the section there and answer the question. And you're going to go on to part 2. So pause the video here if you need a few minutes to answer the warm-up question. All right, now this activity should take you, it shouldn't take you 25 minutes. It should take you a little less than 20 minutes to do this activity if you're doing it correctly with your partner. And it's investigating office mysteries. So remember that the different substances have different molecular attractions, and the molecular attraction of a substance affects the change in kinetic energy needed for a phase to change. So remember we had key concepts 9 through 13. You can actually look back at your chapter 3 section and we had whether or not a phase change occurs is determined by the interaction between kinetic energy and the molecules and the pulling attraction or pulling of the molecules together. And remember, this is on the back of your divider tab, so you can read right along with me. The next one is the molecular attraction of a substance never changes. And then the next one is a phase change occurs when the kinetic energy increases enough to overcome the attraction between the molecules. The next one is a phase change occurs when kinetic energy decreases enough so that the attraction between them pulls them together. And then the last one is different substances can have weaker or stronger molecular attraction. So today you're going to solve one of 2 office mysteries about phase change. Each group is going to be assigned a mystery and you'll share the results with your class at the end of the discussion so that we're all aware of these if we have time to do that. All right, so the investigation groups, we've got the green and the blue, and they're going to be focusing on the soda can mystery and why there are drops of liquid on the outside of the soda can. And the purple group is going to figure out why I can smell chocolate, a chocolate bar, even though it is a solid. Okay, so I want you to work with your partners and go ahead and get started on this activity. You're going to share and discuss the predictions you made in your warm up with them, and then you're going to use the sim to help with investigating your mystery and write a report to the lead chemist and tell us what happened. So go ahead and hop into your groups and pause the video here so that you can do your activity. All right, now that you've finished your investigation in your sim and writing your reports, share your final thoughts about your mystery with your partner. So now that you guys have finished, you're going to do that, and then we're going to move on to the next part of the lesson. So pause the video here so you can have your quick discussion. Take no more than 2 minutes to have that discussion, and then move on to activity 3. So in activity 3, sharing office mystery evidence, you are going to get into small groups and each group member takes turns sharing about the mystery they investigated. So you need to find somebody that was in the other 2 groups and you need to discuss your mystery with them so that they understand it as well. And you need to make sure that you have somebody from each color group so that you can discuss that with them. You may have to ask me to help you guys with that because everybody's working at a different pace. So we'll see how we can make that happen, whoever has done it, so you guys can share ideas. So pause the video here and answer these questions with your partners in each of the color groups. What was the mysterious phase change that you investigated? How can you explain what happened? And what evidence supported your claims? All right, so make sure you explain what happened in your mysterious phase change. So share it out with each other and what evidence supported your explanation um, for each of the different mysteries. All right, we're going to pause the video here so you can go ahead and take your moment to do that. All right, so an expert's going to weigh in on this. Why are there drops of liquid on the soda can? The liquid is not from inside the soda can. It's actually from the air, where there is water vapor in the air surrounding the cold can. And we know that the molecules in the water vapor have enough kinetic energy that they can move apart when they're a gas. And as the can is colder than the air, the water vapor hits the side of the can, and enough energy is taken away so that the attraction between the water molecules overcome the molecules' kinetic energy. The water molecules slow down enough so that the attraction can pull the molecules back together, and this causes the molecules to move around each other and not away from each other or apart. So water appears on the side of the cans. This is why the closed can of soda is covered in water droplets. So we see all of those little droplets, and it comes from the air, not inside the cup. The next one is there is also nitrogen in the air around the soda can, but nitrogen liquid doesn't accumulate on the surface of the can because they have a weaker attraction than water molecules do. So they need a lot more energy to be taken away and get them colder before they can actually overcome the molecule's kinetic energy and stick to the side of the can. Now, if we look at the chocolate bar, why can you smell it? In order to smell an object, molecules from that object need to travel through the air and enter your nose. The molecules of a solid, liquid, and gases cannot move around freely, and only the molecules of gases can. Therefore, the molecules that produce chocolate smell would need to be in the gas phase. I haven't analyzed this particular chocolate bar, so I cannot be certain. However, here are two possibilities of how you are able to smell the chocolate. One, there are some liquid molecules in the chocolate bar, and these liquids are loosely trapped in a mostly solid chocolate bar, and some of these liquids have evaporated to become a gas. The other option is the chocolate was completely solid, but some of the molecules underwent sublimation. Remember, going straight from a solid to a gas. This process happens when temperature and pressure allows a substance to change directly from a solid to a gas. So, discuss those office mysteries and connect them to the phase change that occurred on Titan with your partner. Pause the video here to do that. All right, we're going to go on to activity 4. And yes, activity 4 is going to be completed today as well. So for this activity, you're going to watch the Lakes on Titan video about scientists studying phase changes on Titan. And then you're going to answer some questions. So hop into your lesson. I will post the video on Canvas, so make sure you look below this video and you will see the video that you can watch for this. And you do have a few questions to answer on your Amplify lesson. So make sure that you answer the 2 questions that are here to reflect on what this lab tells us about the substances on Titan and what the 2 doctors research, how do they differ, and why are both projects important. So make sure you hop on Canvas, watch the other video, and check and see if there's anything else you need to complete today.